guys, I wanted to come to you today with my update on my decluttering. And I am through the first 30 days. And I thought this was just going to be a 30-day challenge and life would go on and it'd be good, and man, am I simple. Anyways, so the first thing I want to do is thank you all, because I just thought this was going to be simple. I didn't think it'd be any big deal. So I just threw it in at the back of 2 videos, you know, just kind of made comments that I was going to do this. And several of you said you wanted updates about it. And I was like, okay. So I did an update. Oh my word. I did not imagine the response that I got, and the well wishes, and it's starting to rain again. It rained all day yesterday. Sorry about that. I mean, it rained all day long, and I didn't even leave the house. All the well wishes that you want to do some of this, that I was being open and honest about, that I was a cluster basically. And I still am a cluster, and probably always will be, but hopefully the house will be a lot cleaner and clearer. I have some notes here. So I want to thank you. That is the #1 thing, because I was doing good with this, but when I got those comments, you all like sent me into another orbit. I was like, oh yeah, I ain't failing on this one. And I was doing good up to the 15 days, and it was funny because I shot that on Easter and I held it for a week because I was like, nobody's going to want to see this crap. Nobody cares. And then the comments were awesome. So thank you so much, because you all helped me, and hopefully this helps you, gives you some motivation or whatever, but thank you so much. So I kind of wanted to tell you summarize again how I got in this mess. I used to have Christmas parties at my house. I used to have bunko parties at my house. Obviously my house was clean, or I wouldn't have let somebody in. And my parents died almost 5 years ago, and I completely shut down. I'm not asking for sympathy or pity. Do not pity me. I'm a lucky, lucky person. When you throw around as much crap as I have out of this house, trust me, you realize just how lucky you are that, you know, you have the ability to throw that much crap out of a house. But I shut down for the first 15 months. I went to work, I came home, I took a nap, I went to sleep, I balled a bunch in it. On the Saturday, I went to a grocery store about 10 miles across town. I came back home, I was home, and that was it. For 15 solid months. Well, I was watching TV within those 15 solid months, and I was watching a show called Extreme Couponing. Yeah. Put extreme couponing and OCD together, and you've got a disaster in the making. So, I started couponing, and I ended up with 15 boxes of cereal. For the love of it all, I'm single. I have 15 boxes of cereal. There was no way I was going to eat all that. So, then I kind of, you know, I was getting out and doing things, but I was still in a funk, and I would come home and I would throw the mail off the side. And one of the things that several people said was they were happy to hear that somebody else had mail in their house that was over a year old. And it's true. I did. And I still do have some, because there were some I didn't get taken to a shredding thing. So that's basically what happened. And then I got into YouTube, I started buying things, and I was ignoring my emotions. I was still going through them, but I was ignoring them. And finally, me and my therapist figured out what I was doing. And it happened when my air conditioner broke last year at this time. And she's like, it's the thrill of the hunt for you. You don't care about this, a lot of this stuff that you're getting at the time. Because at the time, I would go out, and I was bored, and I would come home with 1 to 10 bags of God knows what. Just whatever I thought was cool that day. And so once my air conditioner broke, I was like, the fun went out of shopping, and that's when my emotions broke loose. And so then we worked and we got that all under control, and she told me that I'm going to be grieving for years. So, and I still am. And this, I'm going to tell you a little bit about a stunt that happened, or not a stunt, but something happened during this. So that's what happened. So this is how I got to this point. I didn't care. I had something in my hand, I would just throw it off the side. I'm like, all right, whatever, I don't care. You know, and that was my attitude at the time. So in March, I decided I wanted to come up with a challenge. And I decided it was going to be 30 things every day for 30 days. Well, April had 30 days in it. I'm like, perfect timing. So I threw it in at the back of the 2 videos and didn't think anything about it. You all said something to me. I did a video. You all loved it. And then that kicked me into high gear. So along the way, I realized that it's going to take more than 900 things getting out of my house. And you know, by watching the last video, there's more than 900. So I had one rule. I can't do the Condé Marie, because the more rules you put on me, the less likely is I'm going to do it. And so I tried the Condé Marie with getting rid of the clothes about a year ago. I did that, and that was the end of that. I have both of her books, as a matter of fact, if I didn't get rid of them. I'm not sure if I did or not. But they're useless to me because obviously her thing doesn't work for me. So my rule was 30 things every day for 30 days. I didn't care if it came out of the same drawer, the same room, or every room in the house. You had to get at least 30 items out of the house. Every single day of the 30 days, I have gone over 30. Some of them I've gone wildly over. Today, today's the 30th, I've already done 44, I just got 8 more things, and before the day's over, I'll probably have more. So this is, right now, as of today, 44 is what I'm stopping at for today, for this video. Because I have some time, and it's Sunday. And so that's the only rule I had. And that really worked for me. And the other thing that worked for me, and if you decide to do this, some people said they wanted to try to get 5, 10, whatever things. It doesn't matter. That's just the number that I come up with. I don't know how I got there, but I got there. So one of the things that really helped me out, and you're going to see how much I did, was I made a little chart. And I made 30 boxes on this chart. And it's just a 30-day declutter. And so here are my numbers for the entire month. Let's see if I can get this whole thing in here. I lost the blue pen somewhere on the 22nd, apparently, because I have no idea where that thing's at now, so we're in green. But as of all of these numbers added up together, I added them twice this morning. It comes to 1,927 items, plus there's 8 more that went today. So I have 1,927 items that I got out of this house in 30 days. There's 4 trips to the Goodwill, 3 bags to the vet. I have sent stuff to friends. I have trash, recycle. I have taken stuff to the shredding because Earth Day happened, and my boss texted me and said there's a shredding place happening. Go take some of your stuff there. And so I did. I hurried up and I got a whole bunch of my stuff and I took it and I got it shredded. So that was another thing. With that, one of the rules was there was no organization. You didn't have to organize it. You didn't have to clean it up. You didn't have to do anything. That's why my house is a disaster now. So I would show you this room, but I'm not even going to go there right now because it's just, it's bad. But I just pulled it out and wherever it landed. So that was what I did. Let's see what. Oh, and one of the things that I figured out is this is something that you have to want to do, because I've told myself 100 times, I want to do this, but I didn't really want to do it. I was just like, yeah, I'd do it one day and that was the end of that. I didn't really want it. You have to really want it. And there's a gnat flying around in here. Great. Now I wonder how that got in here. So you can't think you want to do it. You have to be very motivated. And for some reason I got motivated. I don't know how that happened, but it did. One thing that I want to tell you about that I learned in the last week was when you're decluttering, I don't know if you don't have a loss in your life, like losing your parents like me, you may not have a breakdown. But last week I was digging through some crap and I did not even expect to come up on what I did. I found some senior pictures of mine and I had a meltdown because it was of a happier point in my life. I had my parents, I had everything, everything was ahead of me. And it sure wasn't I didn't know this mess was going to be ahead of me. And 3 times I melted down over that. And so when you're cleaning, it can do emotional things to you. You realize that you don't need all this crap, for one. That's very emotional in and of itself. But there's things, and anything that is emotional, I put it off to the side. That's going to be the very, very last thing that I deal with. It has anything to do with my parents, memory, something has strong emotions to it. I push it off to the side, not dealing with you today. So that's what I tell it. I don't want things to stop me, because things can easily stop me. I can easily get sidetracked. So I wanted to tell you about that. It can get emotional because it did for me. So I am going to go on to phase number 2 for probably the next 45 days. So all of May and part of June. And the next phase is going to be every day I'm going to go through a drawer. If there's a sack of stuff that I have sitting here, a box of stuff I have sitting here, I'm going to go through one thing at a time. One drawer, one part of the house at a time. A countertop, a surface, something. I'm not going to do, if there's a big pile, then I'm going to cut it up in sections of 2 or 3 or 4, whatever. Because the bigger it is, the more overwhelmed I am. And that's one of the reasons why this worked for me so well, was because I didn't have a massive pile. There was a pile in another room that I would just throw things I didn't know what to do with in. And every once in a while I'd go in there and I'd look through some sacks, I would get stuff out, and that pile is down. But there's still some things in there I need to do things with. So the next thing I'm going to do, and this is what I want to do, I don't know if you can see it here, but I have written down rooms and spaces that I want to go through. And there's some other spaces that I've thought about since then for these rooms that I'm going to have to go through. Some of them, like clean off the top of the makeup dresser. Well, I went through all of my makeup in order to organize it and put it back. In order to put it back, I kind of organized it. So that was one, but there's still some things I can, reorganize. I cleaned off the couch. It's still good. My side table is a freaking disaster again. So I think that's just going to be a disaster. There was an empty box there was a box under my dining room table that had stuff in it. It's gone now because I cleaned it out and it's all gone. So that is what I'm going to do. The reason why I'm stopping in the middle of June is because the room you're in right now, or we're filming in right now, I'm filming in, somebody's filming in this room right now, is I am going to proceed to be a handy. And I'm going to rip up this carpet. I've been in my house 20 years. It will be 20 years in September. The carpet that I'm sitting on right now is over 20 years old. So I'm going to rip it up. There's hardwoods under it, and I'm going to re-sand them because someone before me decided not to put a drop cloth down on the hardwoods, and it has white speckles all over it. Not a very attractive thing. So these shelves will be going. These are some things that are going to go out, but there's some shelves in another room that's coming in. There's a bed that's up against the wall here that's not set up. It's going to go in there. I only have one bed set up in my house. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop in the middle of June and I'm going to do this floor in here, and then hopefully, so I'm going to try to get some videos ahead, and then, or I may take a break or whatever and then come back and then, or show you some of my progress as it goes. So that is my plan as of now. I will update you again. Let me know down in the comments how often you want me to update you on how I'm doing. I definitely will keep you up on this because there is a lot still to go. But having gotten rid of 1,927 plus 8 more things, and there'll probably be more before the day's out, it's a good thing. But I can already tell that there's less stuff in my house, and I love it. Every time I go to the Goodwill, I'm like, yes, one more load. So I just wanted to give you an update on this. If you have any questions, any comments about it, any things that you're doing, any tips that you want to give me, if you've done this, let me know down in the comments. If you need me to do another video, I will be glad to do that. But I wanted to update you and let you know how I was doing and what I was doing, and I made it. I made it through my first 30-day challenge, so I am so happy about that. So thank you guys for all your words and all the comments that you left me. They were very inspiring, so thank you for that, and thank you for your help. I will let you know updates on this. But like I said, if there's anything that you want to know or whatever, leave it down in the comments and I'll get back with you. I am a little behind on my comments, but I'm trying. This brain can only handle one thing at a time. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe, please do. I would love to have you here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a good day. Bye.